after death, then there is Barzakh. And Barzakh in Arabic means gap or interval. مرج البحرين يلتقيان بينهما برزخ لا يبغيان. Two seas or oceans that come next to each other, but they don't mix because there is a gap. This dunya is not connected to akhirah directly. It's not that when we die, quickly, there is day of judgment. There is a gap. There is another world that we go. That is called Barzakh. And the reason is that Muslim scholars were inspired by this ayah, Surah Mu'minun, ayah 100. حتى إذا جاء أحدهم الموت 99 and then 100. حتى إذا جاء أحدهم الموت قال رب ارجعون لعلي أعمل صالحا فيما تركت. When their death comes, says, please, my Lord, send me back so that I do something good with what I have left. Then Allah says, كلا إنها كلمة هو قائلها ومن ورائهم برزخ إلى يوم يبعثون. And in front of them there is a barzakh till the day of resurrection. So before them is a barzakh till they are resurrected. Any person, when he or she dies, would go to barzakh. Barzakh is not the grave. You shouldn't think Barzakh is grave. Although sometimes we look at, text and the scriptures, it talks about grave, pressure of grave, or for example, Al-Qabru imma rawdatun min riyad al-Jannah or hufratun min hufar al-Niran. Grave can be a garden of the gardens of heaven, can be hole of the holes of hell. But this is symbolic. Otherwise, not that grave, that you, for example, put a camera and see what happens to the body. Body maybe in good condition or bad condition. It doesn't necessarily reflect the condition of the soul. Maybe a person's body is burnt. Okay? For example, some criminals burnt someone's house and this person, Mazlum, is burnt. Don't say, oh, this means that he's also now being burnt in Barzakh. No. What happens to body would not necessarily reflect the situation of Barzakh. Maybe a person is not buried, there is no qabr, but this doesn't mean that he is not in Barzakh. So when we say pressure of grave, it's symbolic. It means pressure in Barzakh. Even if he's not buried, if he has no grave, his body totally, destroyed. If he has, been dying in the sea and, so there is no soil to put his... This is symbolic. What is important is, after we die, when our soul leaves this body, this worldly body, belongs to another body, which we call Badane Mithali. Badane Mithali or Badane Barzakhi. There would be another body which doesn't have physical mass. Okay? Like for example, when you dream and you see people, do you see them with body or without body? You see them with body. You don't see the soul. You see them in body. But that body is not three-dimensional. It's not, for example, physical mass. It's not, for example, heavy. It's a lighter body. Okay? It's not corporeal, it's not physical, it's not material like dunya. But still there is a body. Some people, as soon as they die, they start enjoying themselves. Very pious people. As soon as they die, it's their comfort, it's their pleasure. Some very, very bad people, as soon as they die, their suffering starts. But there are people in between, average people, that maybe for them most of the experience is like sleeping. One of the names of qabr, grave, is marqad. Marqad means the place of sleeping. Man ba'athana min marqadina. Who has raised us from our place of sleeping? So some people just sleep. Some people enjoy, some people suffer. Then, at the end of Barzakh, there would be nafkh sur, a trumpet will be blown. And everyone will die. Those who are in dunya, they all die. So they all join the people in Barzakh, and then another trumpet will be blown. They all will be resurrected. So the day of judgment, the day of resurrection starts. When the day of resurrection starts, no worldly means would help you. No worldly connection would help you. For example, you say in dunya, why was, for example, a leader, I had millions of followers, it's not going to help. I had a big company, I had lots of employees, it's not going to help you. I had lots of money, I had lots of car, I have a big family, I have lots of brothers and cousins, nothing will help you. Because these are worldly means. This is like the currency of one country that cannot be accepted in another country. You have to transform them. But we don't have any exchange place in the second country. You have to do it before traveling. If you say, no, I take my money there and I exchange it, no. You have to exchange it in dunya. So you have anything worldly, transform it and send it so that when you are there, it's there for you. If you say, no, I take it with me, some people, in some traditions, when they bury someone, they bury with him something that he can use. Even they used to bury horse with someone who dies. They bury, dress, jewelry, money, food. Say because when he's resurrected, he has all of this. Which is a very wrong, idea. It's not going to benefit them. It's just waste. One of our brothers, was telling me that in a place, in the US, he went for the funeral, and they had this custom that they buried the dead person with suit, with watch, with shoes, but everything new. It's not that, for example, they bury him with his shoes, or they buy new watch, maybe hundreds or thousands of dollars, new shoes, new suit, everything, and they bury. What is this? Is he going to benefit from this? Is it just waste of money? So you can give this to poor people on behalf of this person. Even you shouldn't, bury the old things, if a person can use them. Yeah, he has a watch, give it to someone to use it. He has a dress, give it. But even if you want to bury, why you buy new things? It's a waste. But unfortunately, some people don't have one. They know that there would be a life for this person. He's going to need something, but they don't know how to respond. So, anything worldly, any connection would not work. Even the people that in dunya were very close to you, they would run away from you, and you would run away from you, because everyone, لكل امرئ منهم يومئذ شأن يغني or شغل يغني. Anyone there has so much of troubles that he would not, look after other people. Except muttaqin, of course. Muttaqin are different, I will explain. Don't say, how is it possible? No, it's possible. Even in dunya, sometimes, when problem happens, sometimes brothers don't help each other. Sometimes, husband, wife don't help each other. In dunya, this can happen. You see, even for example, sometimes in very challenging times, for example, in Ramyul Jamarat, you see how people sometimes, they are so much stressed, maybe even unknowingly, they become, cruel, maybe unknowingly. If God forbids you are in a place and there are hundreds or thousands of people and there is a fire break, and people want to go and save themselves. They may not think about, other people. And many people can get killed, in this even process. The pressure is great. يَوْمَ تَظْهَلُ كُلُّ مُرْضَعَةٍ عَمَّا أَرْضَعَتْ. Even the mothers who have little kids to foster, they may forget their children. The pressure is great. But those who are pious, they remain again considerate and kind. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, الْأَخِلَّاءُ يَوْمَئِذٍ بَعْضُهُمْ لِبَعْضٍ عَدُوٌّ إِلَّا الْمُتَّقِينَ. All the friends become enemies except the pious people, because their friendship was based on piety and they would remain as friends. Those who were not your good friends and their friendship harmed you in dunya, you would see that in reality they were your enemies, and this will become manifest on the day of judgment. Husband, wife, parents, children, brothers, sisters, they run away from each other. يَوْمَ يَفِرُّ الْمَرْءُ. But those who are pious, they don't run away from each other. There is a very beautiful hadith that on the day of judgment, when someone is judged and he can go to heaven, he will be told, Alhamdulillah, you passed all the tests and you can go to heaven. Then he would see that unfortunately his family cannot join him because they have not had enough good. He would not forget them, say, okay, let me go on, because he's a mu'min, he has rahmah. He says, oh Allah, whatever I had done for me and for them. عَمِلْتُ لِي وَلَهُمْ. I have done everything for myself and for them. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, put his good actions for them without reducing his reward. It's not that, for example, now we have to divide. Okay, how many people were in your family, so we divided? Oh, you don't have enough. For one person was enough, but for 5 people is not enough. Allah says no. And this is mentioned also in the Quran. This is the hadith, but it's a commentary of this verse in the Quran. وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَاتَّبَعَتْهُمْ ذُرِّيَّتُهُمْ بِإِيمَانٍ أَلْحَقْنَا بِهِمْ ذُرِّيَّتَهُمْ وَمَا أَلَتْنَاهُمْ مِنْ عَمَلِهِمْ مِنْ شَيْءٍ. I hope I didn't misread the Quran, but I think it's like this. وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, those who are faithful, and their progeny also are faithful. We let the progeny to join them, وَمَا أَلَتْنَاهُمْ مِنْ عَمَلِهِمْ مِنْ شَيْءٍ. But we don't reduce their a'mal. It means that we don't divide it. We don't extract part of it. We say, okay, this much for you, this much we give. No. We make everyone benefit from the saving of this father or mother. That's the rahmah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But they should have the basic. If they are, not mu'min at all, if they are, against, faith at all, then of course they don't benefit. Maybe there is another way they can benefit, but they don't go to heaven with him. So there is a possibility of keeping the relation, the condition is if the relation was a relation based on iman, on taqwa. Otherwise, all the worldly means will stop functioning.